Hey everyone, it's Chris Burfield, and oh my gosh, I can't even tell you guys how stoked I am about tonight's call, Google Hangout here with Dr. Jason Radke and Casey Kale. And the reason I'm so stoked is because I just talked to these guys on Friday about a new marketing strategy that has never been seen before. I didn't even know this thing existed, to be honest with you. And what they shared with me on Friday at 12 noon Central Standard Time absolutely blew me out of the water. And here it is Sunday, 2 days later. I told them on Friday, I'm like, oh my God, like I've got to get you guys on a Google Hangout, and we got to share this with the chiropractors on my list because this is just insane. And I'm really, really excited. I've known Dr. Radke for a few years now. He's been a subscriber of my blog. And he reached out to me about a week ago and said, Chris, what if I told you that I had a way to get 15 new patient appointments scheduled in your office within 24 hours? Would you be interested in that? And I was like, would you be interested in that for your to inform your list about it? And I said, yeah, what is it? And he's like, well, it's going to take a little bit of time to explain. Can we get on a call? So we scheduled the call, we did it, and that's where I met Casey, and just, like I said, blown out of the water. So thanks, guys, for being on this Google Hangout tonight. I'm excited about it, and I really can't thank you enough for taking time out of your Sunday evening to share this with everybody on my list.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, thanks for giving us the possibility to introduce this to the world, man. We're super excited, too. We're just elated, to be able to share something with other people that can bring them and just bring them more business and new business. And that's what we're here for, man. That's what I love. So thank you for having us on here. We're excited.
Absolutely, definitely. So Jason, Dr. Jason, you actually, what really caught my attention was, hey man, I got 15 new patients in like 24 hours. So that seemed a little too good to be true. And I was like, all right, at first I was like, all right, what's he cooking up here, but it sounded very interesting, which is why I wanted to talk to you. So can you and Casey explain to everybody exactly what happened, how you got that many patients actually to book an appointment with you, and all the details of how you attracted those patients?
Well, let me just start off by saying this, Chris. I mean, if you've been a chiropractor for any amount of time, you probably sat in a screening booth for 2 or 3 days at a time to get new patients. Chances are you went out to businesses in your community and you bought them breakfast or lunch and you put on a talk and it's cost you hundreds of dollars and time out of the office. And so, deep down inside, I think most chiropractors have a dream of just kicking back and waking up in the morning and scheduling new patients into their books, and so when Casey came to me with this idea, I thought he was full of it. Like, yeah, right, prove it to me, right? And then that's when the avalanche happened, and all of a sudden I was more busy than I could handle for that week because I wasn't used to processing that many new patients that quick and taking care of my regular patient base. So
it happened at Christmas too, during my time.
Yeah, it's like during the holidays, we got half weeks. We're off Wednesday through Sunday, 2 weeks in a row with Christmas and New Year's.
Right.
Here I got this avalanche of people trying to break down the door and get in my office, and I'm office today past noon. Like stupid stuff like that. I wish I didn't even take the time off, but it worked so good, we knew we had to share with other people, and so I'm just hoping people on the call will give this a chance and kind of look into it a little bit further.
So Casey's the tech guy. He's the techie. You've got a background, Casey, in a home-based business, and you've been very successful with it. But you obviously have a background in programming as well, and you actually developed a piece of software that works on autopilot and gets patients to actually schedule appointments while you sleep at night, which I thought was absolutely amazing. So can you tell us what this software is and how it all came into being and how it actually works?
Totally. So, knowing the internet, knowing, online marketing and knowing chiropractic, like, Jason has been my best friend for 14 years, and he was like, man, I need to get some new business, and I want to get some new clients. And we've talked back and forth about marketing strategies for the past, 4 years since he's been a chiropractor. My biggest background is in marketing, right? That's what I've got. That's what I'm really good at. And so, I was trying to figure out a way to develop something to take information. Right? Imagine this. This is basically how our strategy kind of came together. Was the internet puts out tons of information, right? And it's accessible to all of us, and sometimes we don't even know how accessible it really is, right? Picture you yourself as a new patient that's searching back pain, searching, bone disease, searching degeneration, searching chiropractic services, chiropractic anything, right? Just you're Googling, you're searching, you're on Facebook, you're putting in words over the internet, right? Well, what we did was we created a program that takes information of patients that want services, right, or that need services, or something that's great, and we're taking that information, and it's able to post out or send messages to or virally find people that need this on Facebook, on Twitter, and being able to centrally target these people. So I can actually plug this into my system and basically find people in geographical targeted locations. So we'll just say Fresno, right? Because that's what I beta tested this on Fresno. I said, Jason, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to plug this into my system. I'm going to launch it. So be ready to help me follow up, because I don't know how effective it's going to be. I'm like, just help me follow up. I have a very big passion for the chiropractic services and stuff, but I don't know the logistics of everything. So I'm like, hey, I need your help to help me follow up with some of these people that I'm going to send straight to your office, right? So we launched it, and I could target certain areas. So I targeted just Fresno and the Clovis area. So I could basically put that information into my system, target just where I want to. So if I wanted to go to Dallas or Miami or anywhere in the country, right? Anywhere in the country, I could specifically geographically target and run these special ads. So what we did was we came up with a new patient special, which I'm aware now that most chiropractics have. They have a new patient special. Dr. Jason had a really nice new patient special, $39. Gets you X-rays and a consultation and an eval, and that's how we entice the prospect or the potential new patient with the special of the services they're looking for, right? So it goes out to them. They're already wanting these services. They see a special, like, oh my gosh, I want to go get that. And then also on top of that, Jason has massage therapy at his office, so he's going to add an additional 30 minutes of a free massage. But that's what we help figure out with our new potential clients for the chiropractors, is to come up with this special. We advertise the special through our program. It blasts out. We send them then to a direct link, which is an appointment request schedule, which is from our program. So they request an appointment on a splash page, like any kind of branding page. And so they go to the link, they request a link, and then we get the appointment request, and then we filter that back out to our clients. So it's a pretty smooth little program. It's like clockwork.
Okay, so if I kind of got this clear, so I'm sitting here in McKinney, Texas right now, and let's say it's 2:30 in the morning. I've got severe back pain. Yes. So I'm thinking, like, man, I should maybe see a chiropractor. This has been going on way too long. So I get on my computer at 2:30 a.m. and I type into Google chiropractor McKinney, Texas. What you're saying is that your software basically catches those keywords from that geographic location here in McKinney, Texas, and then knows that I am looking for a chiropractor. And within 24 hours, it will send an advertisement or promotion.
And some perform through social media to you.
Okay, so like if I have a Facebook account, it will show up in my Facebook inbox. So that's like freaking awesome. No, it really is. So what you're doing is you're finding people that are already looking for a chiropractor. Or if I'm even maybe looking for a massage, and a chiropractor, maybe he offers massage, like whatever keywords the person that particular office wants to target, you guys can target.
It's crazy, right?
It is. It really is. So now it'll show up in my inbox, and within 24 hours, and I'm sitting there as a patient, and I'm thinking, like, holy crap, like I was just looking for a chiropractor yesterday. So, and here's this offer for me to come to Dr. Chris Burfield's office or Dr. Bo Brantley or whatever. And so I then click on that link. There's a link in there, right? Okay, so I click on the link, and then where do I go from there? Can you explain that again?
Yeah, so sorry if I wasn't clear. So it takes you to a splash page, to our created splash page of the program that the whole system is basically reliant upon.
And is this something, I'm sorry, is that a splash page you guys create for your clients?
Yes, exactly. We take control of that. So it's our splash page that becomes an appointment request. So the future new patient will fill out the appointment request. That'll go through our system. It'll spit it out through an email. We forward the email onto our client, to the doctor, and they pick up the phone. They call back They call back the client and say, hey, this time works for me. Works out good. I'll see you on Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. I look forward to seeing you.
So Jason, so obviously you guys ran this in your office, and what did you wake up to?
Basically just a list full of people to call, and follow up. Staff was thinking I was nuts, It's like Thanksgiving week, we're only open Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday half day, and we're getting call after call, and we're getting emails into the office inbox and that type of thing, and it was just really awesome because that tends to be the slower time because people are traveling for the holidays. People are spending a lot of money on Christmas gifts. They're not looking to start care, but there's still a lot of people because of holiday stress and all the emotional and physical stress of their jobs and everything going on that they're in a lot of pain and they're actually suffering through this. It's like a time where they really, really need you. And just to get in, to someone who cares, that will take time to talk to them and do a thorough consultation and evaluation. And, I threw in a half-hour massage. It seemed to work really well. Just that half hour to lay there and relax. And then we followed up with a report of findings scheduled and converted new patients in. So
without going into a lot of detail, like necessarily what your case average is and how many patients start, like how much money did you collect off of that?
A lot.
And mind you, quick, Chris, this is also how it works is, we take our fee up front for producing the clients or the new patients, right, to our doctors. But what doctors need to also understand is that when we're doing the new evaluation with the client, like when Dr. Jason talks to the doctors and figures out a special, a $39, $29 special, they still collect all that per our guaranteed client. So they're getting an ROI immediately with just the patients we're bringing. That's a $39 per new patient special. They're collecting that money as well.
And we'll talk more about that here in a few minutes. I want to ask a couple more questions. There's some questions that docs might actually have. Obviously you got phenomenal results with it. You had 15 new patient appointments that were scheduled. You followed up with them, got those people in the office. You obviously made a big ROI. But can you give us a ballpark? Was it like 9, 10 grand? Like what was it?
Well, so far to date, I've collected $7,000 on those patients.
Wow.
I've got more patients because of the holidays. They're scheduling ROS further out, and so
okay.
Yeah, but not bad.
No, not bad at all. Not bad considering you didn't have to do any work. You literally went to bed and woke up and there's a bunch of new patient appointment requests. And this is for those of you that aren't real familiar with how Facebook marketing and stuff works. And this isn't Facebook marketing; it's completely different. But it kind of there is a thing within Facebook known as retargeting. And I'm sure some of you have seen this before. I'll give you an example. My parents actually own an eBay store. And when people go onto their eBay store, if they look at their items and don't make a purchase or don't make a bid or whatever, if they go back to Facebook, my parents' item, through retargeting, will actually show up in their Facebook feed. And I'm sure many of you have seen that. Like, wow, I was just on Zappos, the shoes site, and now the shoes are like the same shoes I was looking at are sitting right here on my Facebook feed. Well, it's called retargeting. And what these guys are doing is they're basically using retargeting, but I like to think of it as retargeting on steroids because it's not showing up in the news feed. It's actually the offer is being delivered directly to the inbox. And Casey, you said this can actually be done on all social media platforms. Is that correct?
Correct. Because what happens is that the program and our whole a new gen system is basically it develops new social media for our specific client so that it comes from the actual location.
Wow.
So that's even more. I totally even just forgot to even add that in there. Is that what it does? It creates a social media with obviously our email. We own that social media. That when we have a new client, we just create a whole new social media that comes from that client. So when the systems all come together, it comes from that business.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, I really just one more time with everybody. I really want to stress this so you guys really understand what we're talking about here, because this is absolutely huge. And like I said, I didn't even know this existed. But you can make offers with this program, with this software, to people that within the last 24 hours just did a Google search for chiropractor, your town, or whatever keywords that you want to use. These people are hot. They're hot leads. They are looking. It's not like you're running a Google AdWord and it's sitting on the side and you're just kind of hoping maybe somebody clicks on it. These people have already searched that term. They're looking for it, and now they're getting an offer sent to their inbox directly from you within 24 hours. This is just absolutely gold, guys. Like, I really want to make sure people understand how crazy and how insanely freaking awesome that is. It eliminates all the guesswork in finding your prospects. These people have actually looked for it. So, Casey, here's a couple questions that you might answer. I had a chiropractor that said, okay, because I talked to him about it earlier today, and he asked a question that I couldn't answer because I didn't know. I said, I'll ask these guys tonight when I'm doing the interview on Google Hangout. He wanted to know, what are the chances? Okay, so Facebook has two inboxes. There's the inbox, and then there's the other inbox, right? So what happens if is it possible that these promotions can get dumped into the other inbox?
Yes, of course. And if you really take a look at it from the outside looking in, it's actually a bad thing for us because what we do is we guarantee, right? We have a guarantee, which has never been done, as far as I know, in chiropractic marketing for anyone, of a certain amount of patients that we will get for you. So one of our bundles is 10 new patients, right? Well, the program, I have not learned how to shut it off yet. So what happens is we only count the number of new patients you get that are directly walking into your place. And we know that because we're getting the appointment request sheet, right? It's coming to us, and then we pass forward the appointment request sheet. So then you book the appointment. But with that being said, if there's some in other people's other mailboxes and they look at it a week later, right, and they check their other inbox, and we've already given you 10 guaranteed new patients, and then this other new patient gets your appointment request, we're still going to send it out to you because, I mean, what's the point? I mean, we want to make our clients happy. So it's actually a good thing if it does go to the other inbox.
You're saying that it's potential that I could buy a bundle of 10 new patients from you. I get those 10 new patients. You turn off the software. And, of course, if I want to buy 10 more, I can buy 10 more.
Yes.
But you turn off the software once I get 10. At that point, there are still promotions sitting out there.
Yeah.
And I could maybe get 15, 20, 25, possibly 30 or more new patient appointment requests. Because
mind you, he got 15 in 24 hours.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was reminded. He got 15 in 24 hours. 24 hours. 15 in 24 hours. I think the total is something like that, over 48-hour span because it kept running. So that's why he's saying he still has new, from that one 48-hour beta test that we did, he's still receiving new appointment requests to date.
Gotcha. Wow. So what? Yeah. That's a glitch in the program right now that obviously you guys are going to look to fix in the future, but for right now, it's the benefit of everybody using your service.
Yes, of course.
Should I have not said anything about that?
You know, we're all about giving back as much as we can, man. And honestly, you know, with a program like this, we're just excited to get it out there. And you know, we're at a really good price point too, which we'll probably get to later. But the fact of the matter is that, you know, with as many patients, new patients they get, you know, there could always be more. We're just saying, hey, this is what we're going to guarantee you for your first bundle in your first month. So.
Now, here was another question I had. I actually talked to a good friend of mine who's also a chiropractor, very successful, and he was intrigued by it, but he said, well, he goes, here's my only concern. What are the chances of Facebook turning something like this off, where they don't want to see, people might get these messages in their inbox and might mark it as spam.
Yeah.
So what happens to that? And then all of a sudden Facebook comes in and says, "Oh no, you guys aren't allowed to do this anymore." Is that even a possibility, or what's it doing?
Oh, no, it's a great question too. But the legalities of Facebook is you have the option to receive messages or to actually put them out. Right? When you go to your privacy settings, that's what the privacy settings are for. If you don't want to receive spam, which is basically what the other mailbox is for, if it really is like spam, because you get all kinds of online marketers messaging people every single day. I mean, you give up that right of privacy when you have your Facebook, just like when you say I agree to all terms and conditions, right? So what happens is if you go into your privacy settings onto your Facebook, you can turn off your messages, or you can receive messages from friends only, or you can receive messages from anybody. So you have the option to actually receive or.
Okay, so that depends on what I want to do with my inbox. Like, Facebook is not going to penalize you guys because I got a piece of mail in my inbox that I didn't want. Facebook's basically like, then turn off, either block that user or turn off your privacy settings and just accept inbox emails from friends.
Yes.
Okay.
And remind you, just real quick or briefly, that Facebook is not the only way that we're getting these leads either. There's so much different social media out there. So. Even if by rare chance, which is impossible because you give up your privacy, you own your own privacy settings, we're still guaranteeing our patients regardless.
Okay, gotcha. And actually, I want to get into that right now. So obviously, this is awesome, and this is something that to me is a no-brainer. I mean, it's guaranteed, and you're actually getting people that are looking for chiropractic services. And one of the things, and real quick before we get into the pricing on this, one of the things that I love about it is that, you see all these different chiropractors out there ranked on the first page of Google, right? Yeah. And there are obviously a lot of other people that are not ranked even in the top 2 or 3 or certainly not number 1, right? So for an office that's not even sitting really on the first page of Google, this is a no-brainer because you're actually basically cutting all of those new patient prospects off at the pass, going to that chiropractor that has the first page listing, because they might have clicked on his website, but they got an offer from you in their inbox. But this is really exciting. So what's the pricing on it?
With that.
Okay, so for our basic package, which includes 10 new patients straight from your targeted area, it's only $899 for that package. And if you get extra patients on top of that, that's fine. We charge you extra for that. There's no, we're not gonna come chase you down the street or.
So
anything.
$899 for your the basic package is $899. You're guaranteeing them 10 new patients. So if they don't get 10, what's the time frame, and what if they don't get 10 new patients?
So here's how the guarantee works. So if a client does the basic bundle, which is $899, gets you guaranteed 10 patients minimum. If we do not hit that target goal, which I think is near impossible, I don't even think that's not even happening. But if you don't get the 10 patients, we have 30 more days in addition to the first 30 to get to hit that goal for 10 new patients. And whatever amount of patients that we don't bring in after the allocated sum of 60 days, we reimburse you per client. So it's like $899 divided by 10, right? And then you just multiply that number that we didn't hit, and that's the money back that you get. So either way, you're getting your money's worth. So
gotcha. So like I could sign up for 10 new patients, and within 30 days I get 5. So what you're saying is that within that 30 days, I've only got 5 new patients. You guys will keep using the program for an additional 30 days to get me that other 5. Yes. If I don't get that other 5, at that point you'll refund the difference. If I get 3 additional new patients, and I'm now up to 8 new patients, and at the end of that extra 30 days, I'm basically reimbursed on those 2 that I didn't get.
Exactly. Now, the other bundle, the premium bundle, is what I'm really excited to announce, because I think, like you were saying, for certain chiropractors in areas who don't have certainly wonderful optimized websites that are at the top of Google and that are at the top of Yahoo and stuff like that are trying to brand themselves, right? We have an exclusivity clause added to our premium bundle, which is only $12.99. So the $12.99 of their premium bundle is like our best total bundle. So you're getting 15, not just 10. You're getting 15 guaranteed new patients through your door. You're getting a business evaluation and training for closing these potential new patients, right, from Dr. Jason. And the number one thing that's included in this bundle is a premium exclusivity clause, which basically means that we will only work for you, just you, in your area within a certain radius of how close your city is to another city. So if you're a doctor like Jason in Fresno and you sign up for our $12.99 package, I only work, and my program will only work for Jason and target and the retargeting marketing category for everything in just Fresno. And that's the exclusivity clause for just that.
Well, it's a very important point for people in smaller areas too that might want to take advantage of 3 or 4 different area codes in a certain area, right? When you come to us and you pay for the premium package, it's not just one area code if it's a small town, right? You're going to need a certain population to be getting that traffic on the internet, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does make sense. And that brings up another important point I wanted to ask. So, like, what if I'm a chiropractor and, like, I live in an area where, my town population is 1,000 people, and then, like, 5 miles down the road, there's another town of 1,500 people, and then a little bit 10 miles the other way, there's a population of, like, 800 people. Is this something that would be good for them, or is this something that you would say, you know what, doc, like, I don't, in all fairness, this probably isn't going to work in your area because you have to have a certain amount of volume of people in the area to be effective.
Exactly, because we do have that guarantee. So that's where Dr. Jason and I will sit down after having a consultation with the client, and I'll make the executive call. I'm like, okay, well, here's where they're at, the demographics in the area is population 1,000. There's women, and I mean, I'll look at all the logistics before we make an executive decision. But some certain towns, I mean, they might not be able to provide the kind of traffic that we want. I mean, if there's a population of 1,000, 1,500 people, chances are maybe most of them don't even have internet. And then you're looking at age and, who needs the chiropractic services and stuff like that.
So it's not, that isn't a reason why people shouldn't get a hold of you, contact you, and at least talk to you about this, because you guys can decide that on their own, and you'll be very fair with them and let them know, hey, this is going to work, or hey, this isn't going to work.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you live in a place that doesn't have cell phone service, we might have a problem with that.
Right? I'll tell you, last year, like, I made a trip out to Lubbock, Texas from Dallas, and there was nothing out there. Oh my gosh, on the way. It's a 5-hour drive, and I think I saw like 2 houses. No, it's like, I mean, it's barren, so, so it's $8.99 or $12.99 for exclusive rights and 15. So how do people get a hold of you? Where do we send them? Do they call you? Do they go to a website if they want to get started? And I might just add this real quick, guys, is that, I've done telemarketing in the past, and telemarketing is, I paid $190 per patient that walked through the door. $190 per patient.
Wow.
And the quality of that patient sucked. Like, we would get a quote unquote, they would tell us, we'll get you 20 new patients, and out of those 20, like 2 of them would actually be what I would call qualified. Some people showed up at the door saying, like, hey, I'm here for my free osteoporosis scan. Hey, I've got, I'm here for my flu injection. Like, you would just have, like, I don't know, like, it was like they obviously weren't communicating chiropractic to these people on the phone when we were using that service, so we stopped using them. I mean, we spent, some months we spent $3,000 to $4,000 on telemarketing. remember, this is not telemarketing, guys. These are highly qualified patients that have already searched for a chiropractor in your town. And all you're doing is making an offer and putting it in front of their face within 24 hours of them doing that search. So how does it, do you have something to say?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I was going to say, and mind you, with those quality of clientele, right, we're not offering a free something. We're putting a price tag together with the new patient special. So when they come in, they're already expected to spend $29, $39 because they want that service, right? They want whatever service you have to offer, so they're going to pay the $29, $39 or whatever we come to a mutual agreement with the client, with the chiropractor. And so the quality of leads that we're sending, like you said, they're hot. They know what they're going in there for. Like, that's not even fathomable in any other kind of marketing, strategy that's been developed for chiropractors. That's why we're.
Yeah, I agree. It's pretty amazing. So how do we get a hold of you?
We have a few different ways. We've got our website. We just launched that. It's live. It's mobile and it's on desktop. So you can just go to InstaChiropractor.com.
InstaChiropractor?
Yeah, InstaChiropractor, like InstaChiropractor. So it's just
InstaChiropractor.com.
Yep, InstaChiropractor.com.
And if is that the only way to get a hold of you, or is there a phone number?
Yeah, there's a phone number too that's actually on the website that you can see. It's a very, very simple website, but.
Cool. So we've got, so you can go to InstaChiropractor.com. I'll put the link here at the bottom of the screen so people can see it, and underneath the video, so you can just click on it easily and go over there. And the two packages are $8.99. You get 10 new patients guaranteed, and $12.99 for 15 new patients, and exclusive rights to your area where no other chiropractor. So all those chiropractors, or all those patients looking for chiropractor your city, chiropractor your town, will be getting an offer from you, and it won't come from any other chiropractor in town. So, hey guys, man, I can't even thank you enough for, first of all, Casey, for developing the software. It's just, I think you've done a really incredible thing here, and you're really going to help catapult a lot of chiropractic businesses and the profession in general by helping us serve more people and save more lives. So thank you for creating this software.
Awesome, much obliged, man. I'm very excited. I'm very excited to share this with the masses, man.
And Dr. Jason, thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for contacting me and telling me about this. I'm glad that you and Casey are best friends, and that this is something that the profession is getting, and not the medical industry. So I mean, this is really something amazing. So thanks guys for being on the call tonight, and click the link, everybody, instachiropractor.com, and in the meantime, keep saving lives.